happy Twin Tuesday.
Happy Twin Tuesday and happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Woo woo. Or whatever y'all do, but I mean, we wash our hands, so we're cool.
Yeah.
We just did, so it's fine.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to come to you today on the live and just give you information on what we are doing at our practice for you, what that looks like, what that means for our patients, what it means for other people who have issues that pop up, and what their solutions are during this time. Even if you're not a patient, and kind of just some other things on what you can do to support yourself during this time.
Yeah, well, let's introduce ourselves because this is going to be information that's great for our patients that are local, but also some of this information will be really good too if you are not local and you're just curious on how to boost your immune system and how to stay cleanly and safe and all that stuff during this time. So I'm Dr. Johanna.
I'm Dr. Madeline.
And we are awesome chiropractors.
Awesome chiropractors at Atlas Chiropractic Center,
which is located in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah.
So we're a little behind the curve compared to some other states, I would say. Like, things are starting now just to change here. They have shut down schools for an additional week or two after spring break, which is kind of what's going on right now is spring break. So I think that's one reason we're a little bit behind. But it's starting to hit here, and things are starting to happen where, you know, things are changing in the grocery store and they're doing mandatory shutdowns and things like that. So
there's a lot of things going on.
So this is a really important time, I think, for small businesses too, especially doctors' offices. And as chiropractors, we would like to stay open for as long as possible in our practice. And our practice will stay open as long as we possibly can, unless they tell us we can't go to work. So
within reason, and we wanted to tell you guys and kind of hit on some of those topics. Yes, we are open unless they close us down, but we're not going rogue and being open. We clean normally, but we're taking extra precaution during this time. So we are clean. We're wiping down our tables a lot more frequently. We are washing our hands or using hand sanitizer between each patient. We are wiping down handles, those type of things. Yeah,
things that have a high touch rate, we're making sure super duper clean, going above and beyond with that. We're also trying to stagger patients too. So if you've been, usually probably at the end of the day, we get pretty busy, and so we're just trying to space out and just be respectful of everyone's space and time, just to make sure that you're still getting your adjustment. If you feel okay to come in, the adjustments will help boost your immune system, which is one thing we're going to touch base on. But we want to make sure that we're just not completely on top of each other as well. You know,
space you out a bit. Not really we're bumping, moving, and grooving at certain times, and we love that, and we will get back to that. But we are taking time to space out between patients, so y'all aren't as crazy and as communal, because it's just safer to keep a safe distance right now. So yes, we're definitely cleaning. We're still there. But that being said, let's go over a little bit. If you are one of those people who are a little bit more, you have an immunocompromised condition, we know the elderly is a little bit more susceptible to what's going on. You're just not feeling well, those type of things, then give our office a call. Call us before you walk in, and we'll talk to you, and we'll make sure, and we'll see, should you be staying home right now? What are your options of that, and us coming to help you, or virtual help? And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, couple minutes. But at this point, rather safe than sorry type of thing. You know your body better than we do. You are in charge of your own health, but we are in all this together. So we're just asking you to be respectful and safe of that. So if you got something going on, normally we're come in and get adjusted. Right now, I think we're just going to stay home for this time. We're outside, so a bee just flew at me. We're going to stay at home during this time. But still give our office a call, and we'll chat with you about it just to make it.
Absolutely. So just be aware, be cognizant of what's going on. We respect what the implications are, and we just want to make sure that we stay on track with that.
So like we said, cleaning, we're just asking, especially if you're more susceptible to catching viruses or colds, because your immune system is a little bit compromised, you got something else going on, you're in an older population, being a little bit more cognizant of that. If you're feeling under the weather before you're coming in, give us a call. And then let's talk about some empowering things. So if you know us, we are very big into empowering you in your healthcare. And I understand we both don't make light heart of this situation that's going on. We understand it is serious. We want you to come from a place of action. I am sure everybody has seen how everybody's coming from a place of fear right now, which has created mass chaos. It has created a lot of stress and anxiety. It has created shortages at the stores. It has created just so much emotion in people right now, and we're going to kind of help you flip the switch a little bit on that so you can try to make decisions of a place of empowerment, which is going to allow you to feel better. It's going to decrease your stress and anxiety, because one of the key things that will kill your immune system and decrease your ability to respond to anything is stress. It is stress, it is stress, it is stress. So we're going to give you some tips on that and how we can help you boost and support your immune system. And so you can make choices, like I said, from an empowered state, not out of fear. And that's going to switch a lot of how you're going through your day.
Yeah, yeah, it's just things that we've talked about before in the past on ways to boost your immune system. What better time than make sure you're taking action, doing those things than right now, because it is one way that you can avoid different illnesses and colds and viruses and that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So what do we have on the list, Dr. Madeline?
Well, first, before we give them all, realize everybody does have an immune system. You have an immune system, which is your body's way of supporting you and fighting off these things that you come in contact with. Some people's are going to be better at fighting certain strands of things. Some people's immune systems are stronger than others. It's about how you support, how you boost, and how you choose to live, because all of your choices have an influence on this. So, what are some top things that we have down? We want to start? You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start with chiropractic adjustments, which is why we are still open. Again, with caution and consideration we talked about earlier in the video, so if you're just hopping on, make sure to go back and watch that. But we are still open because the research shows every single time you get adjusted, it boosts your immune system by a significant amount. Yes. Significant amount, which is why our patients come in time after time, year after year, and tell us that they have been sick less often, that they get over their colds and flu sicknesses sooner and faster than people who aren't being adjusted. So it boosts your immune system every single time. So we're staying open unless they shut us down to adjust you.
Yep. So as long as you feel comfortable and safe coming and you don't feel like you're at risk of and you're not carrying anything, then definitely come in. We'll help boost your immune system, keep you adjusted, keep you moving and grooving and feeling and functioning optimally. We're getting adjusted to make sure we decrease the risk of getting sick and that kind of stuff, and that's what we would do for our family, and that's what you guys are when you're in our office. You're part of our family, so we are still providing that service to you guys because it can help you just stay as healthy as possible during this time.
So adjustments are number one always in our family, or number one if to boost our immune system, to keep it functioning and healthy, and if we're feeling that sickness come on, to help get us over it faster and support us.
Yep. So we have some other support, right?
Yep.
Some things that you can take supplementation wise.
Vitamin D. And across the board, if you look at other recommendations, vitamin D is one of the top recommended supplements to support your immune system. Right now we're outside because we are in beautiful Florida and the sun is shining. Yes. Most people, though, don't get the required amount of the normal level of vitamin D, even by just being outside, because we wear clothing and sunblock and things like that. So a supplement is a nice way to go during this extra time to boost your immune system if you are feeling that sickness come on. We typically, of course, we would need to talk to you, which is what we're going to talk about later in the video, about things we can do over the phone or virtual consult on what that recommendation would look like. But usually during that time, we recommend, if you're sick, a little boosting it up a bit. Yep. So we got vitamin D. What else do you want to mention?
I want to mention probiotic.
Probiotic is on there,
because probiotic, your gut controls your immune system, and we want to make sure it's nice and healthy so we can fight things off. And a lot of times, if we're eating junk and we're not taking care of our bodies and we're not getting sleep and we're stressed, it will wipe out your gut health. And especially that also is true if you have been on an antibiotic anytime recently. That kills all bacteria, so including the good bacteria, it will kill. And so you want to make sure that you're supplementing with a really good probiotic to help build that good bacteria so you can have a healthy immune system. It all starts in your gut.
Yep, gut, absolutely. I like it. I put on there vitamin C and things like zinc are also just good supporters for your immune system as well. Probiotic, we got vitamin D.
So we got them.
Yeah. And exercise. But we're going to talk about exercise a little bit more in a bit too. But exercise is still important. Staying hydrated. I think staying hydrated and sleeping. So we did mention sleep a little bit. Definitely sleeping, getting the required amount that supports you. And if you are feeling a little under the weather, get even more. Just lean into it and just rest as much as possible. I said as much as possible. I understand some of y'all got babies and kids at home, so it's a lot more challenging. Use your support system, use your network as much as possible during that time.
Absolutely. And I'll chime in on that. If you are feeling under the weather and things, I know sometimes it is hard to ask for help, or maybe you don't feel like you can ask for help, but in these times, even if someone gives you an hour and you can take a nap for even 30 minutes out of that hour or some portion of that, you would really be surprised on how much better you feel. So go out of your comfort zone and ask for help.
Yep, so staying hydrated, because they are showing that if you are flushing out your mouth frequently, it can help move that. If you have the corona or it's susceptible to it, can help move it out. So hydration is important anyway. Keep up with that water, drinking plenty of it. It's just going to help your body regulate and function better too.
So on a regular basis, you should drink half your body weight in ounces of water daily.
That's a general recommendation.
That's a general recommendation.
If you're not working out, if you're not consuming things like coffee.
That's just very, very general. Because coffee and teas and stuff are diuretics. Alcohol is a diuretic, so you would need to consume more because you're flushing it out.
So it gives you a general recommendation. We want to talk about decreasing stress, like we talked about. With the amount of information that is constantly being updated and constantly going on right now, and then social media, my stress and anxiety is higher than normal. Yeah. I know almost every single patient I've seen, their stress and anxiety is higher than normal. It's just, we're very scared right now, rightfully so, because of what's been put out there. So this is, again, flipping the switch. You are directly in control of how you get to react in situations. So we want to empower you so you can be coming from more of an empowered, more grounded, calm space versus increasing that stress and anxiety, because again, stress is one of the number one things that will destroy or lower your ability for your immune system to fight what is going on. So here are some great tips on what you can do to decrease your stress. And at this point, if you're watching this, it is no longer acceptable to be like, I don't do anything to handle my stress. You can't afford to do that right now. You have to take a step, you have to take action, and especially if you're parents, your kids are feeling the vibes that are going on. They're hearing the information. Even babies pick up on that energy. So shifting that is really important.
Well, I will say I don't watch a lot of the news because, especially right now, it just fuels a lot of anxiety and stress. But I did watch something the other day, and they had how to talk to your children based on age about what is going on. And I just thought that was really interesting because they do, even at a very young level, they pick up on how you feel in your stress and anxiety. So apparently there obviously are ways to properly talk about and allow certain information. But I think a lot of times, especially when we're in social gatherings and there's kids around, we don't think about the way or what we say things and how it would actually affect that child because they don't have the skill sets that we have as far as like rationalizing things and stuff, and it can really be scary, especially during these times.
And I just listened to something yesterday. It was just talking about babies developing and not having verbal communication yet, but still being amongst stressful situations and how that's still affected them developmentally and later in life with dealing with like trauma that was ingrained in them. So again, this is a great time, whether you have a child or not, just to shift what you're experiencing and how to handle it differently because it affects all of us. I highly recommend at some point taking a break from watching the news, from listening to the radio, and taking a break from social media. Shut it off and walk away. Go outside if you can. Of course, social distancing, like give yourself space. Johanna and her husband have a great backyard, which we were in today. Go outside. I told somebody to ground themselves today. So literally walk outside to your backyard with bare feet. Stand in the grass. I mean, really feel your like feet anchor into the ground and connect to it. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And on your inhale, breathe in like love and gratitude. And on your exhale, I'm going to cuss, so if you have like little ears around, I'm sorry. Like on your exhale, let go of all the shit that's not serving you. All of the stress, all of the anxiety that's going on right now, all of that pent up like emotion. Let it go and do a couple breaths of this because that will ground you. That will shift your mental state. It will shift your nervous system, which will allow you to go back into your house and show up and be present a lot easier and a lot better, not for just yourself, but your family as well. So disconnect from some of it. At least take breaks.
I mean, I had to yesterday. I don't really watch the news and different things because of all the pushing and information that's out there, and not that it's not important, it's just I batch what I get. And between that and being on social media because we are on it for our business and things like that, I just was feeling way more anxious than I have in a while. And I just picked a podcast that had nothing to do with anything that's going on currently. And I sat at my kitchen table where the sun was streaming in, and I just listened to it. And I felt a lot better. And I practiced some deep breathing when I was doing that.
So deep breathing is one of the next ones. Like breath work and breathing is one of the easiest ways to shift from that anxious state in our nervous system, and that's what's going on, to a more calm and relaxed way. So an easy like breath cycle I like to recommend for people is on your inhale for a 4 count, hold for a 7 count, exhale for an 8 count. Make that exhale essentially longer than everything else. Try to hold a little bit longer than your inhale. Inhale's the shortest part of this, and that's going to switch you out too. So breath work is an easy way to decrease that stress. Going outside, grounding yourself, taking a break from social media. What else did I put on here? Meditation apps. I use Insight Timer. It's free. They have guided meditation apps. If you've never meditated before, you can pick some easy ones. It's always a practice. It doesn't have to look perfect. You just taking that action step is huge.
Yep. Awesome.
And I laugh. Like, go watch something funny or tell somebody a joke.
So,
like, laugh.
My husband and I, last night before we went to bed, we went on Netflix, and she'll probably see because we share the same account, and we just added a lot of like funny movies and things that we can watch over the next who knows how long. So that way it's just right there. We can go and grab something and start it, even though we never finish a movie right now in one sitting, but that's beside the point. But anyway, we put comedy things in there because there is research out there that shows the more that you laugh too, it helps decrease pain. It can help boost your immune system because it decreases stress. So definitely get some laughter in. Whatever you find is funny, like watch it, indulge, get out of the system that's going on right now. Break the cycle.
The other one I did want to mention in here is talked about a little bit earlier is movement or like exercise. Mm-hmm. So what I've been doing on my personal account on Instagram, and you can see it on Facebook, but I'll put it on the business account as well, is I'm giving you like a free at-home workout that you can do every single day. I'm trying to make it more body weight structured because I don't know what kind of equipment everybody has at home. But it's some way that you can at least move at home, because I know
a lot of the gyms are being shut down.
I think a lot of the really big gyms have been shut down in St. Pete. I go to a CrossFit gym and they're not shut down, but they're very regulated on how many people can be in a class. So if you're at home, you have a body and you have some space, you can still move. So I'm going to be putting that in there as well. Now I'm trying to make it on a level that like most people could figure out what to do. For any fitness level. If you're not sure or you're like, I really can't do that, message me and ask, because I can only put like so much information in one thing, but I don't mind supporting and helping you during this time to get you moving, because that is also going to decrease your stress. It's going to boost your immune system. It's going to put you in a better mood. It's going to make like life better. So
I was going to say everything is scalable. So definitely ask. She's really good at that, and she can help scale it no matter if you're pregnant, postpartum. You just can't do a certain move because of an injury.
Have an injury or pain or something.
Yep, and different skill level.
Yeah.
So
ask. The last thing that we want to touch on is we talked about, yes, we're still open. Yes, we adjust you to boost your immune system. Yes, we're cleaning, but taking in your own caution of how you're feeling and your immune level and all that stuff. And if you're coming in, give us a call. Other ways that you can manage your stress and other ways to boost your immune system. We want to talk about what if you're just not comfortable leaving your house with all that going on. You have an issue that popped up. Maybe it's a new issue and you're not a patient. Maybe it
or it is a new issue and you are a patient.
Yeah, or whatever, or you are a patient, but you're just not sure about coming in. Can we do stuff virtually, essentially is the question. And yes, we can, depending on what is going on. So just know if you are stuck at home or you're choosing to be at home, or like I said, I think we still have kind of a couple weeks to fully ride this out. If it changes where you're not really allowed to leave, anyone's allowed to leave, or we're not allowed to go into work, please know that we can still help with certain things virtually.
Yes.
So I'm going to put on here, and I'm going to send out an email to everybody. We have a code on our website, or a button on our website, that you can set up a 15-minute phone conversation with one of the doctors. So we'll make sure that is set up and working. But we'll make sure you have access to that. So if you're curious about that, or you're just not sure, or so you're not isolated and having to suffer during this time, schedule that so we can call and see if it is a good fit, and if we can help you virtually so we can get you as much help that is needed during that time of you not being able to come into the office. Or if you're just concerned about something, we are a resource. Reach out to us and ask those questions. That's what we want to be here for.
Yep, absolutely. We're here to support you.
Yeah, absolutely. What else do we have anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
We're glad that you all showed up and stuck with us.
We're here for support.
We are here levels. For support. Well, I want to tell our patients this because I think it's just important. I know we both truly believe and know, you have an immune system for a reason, and it is made there to protect you. I don't make light of the situation whatsoever. We want you to come from an empowered place and not from a fearful place. So know that there are things that you can do to support yourself during this time. Go back if you're just jumping on and watch what some of those suggestions are. Again, we have phone consultations if you're not sure about getting into the office. If you have something going on and you just can't leave your home, if we can help you virtually, we'll put that in the comments. I'll make sure it's in the email and all that stuff. So call us if you have questions on that so we can support you during this time.
Yeah.
And we're all in this together. So taking that time to disconnect every once in a while, to shake it off, put on T-Swift, put on some music. Literally movement, like moving energy around is really important during this time. So do some of those tips that we talked about to shift your state of mind, because it's going to boost your immune system. It's going to make you happier. You don't have to be miserable this whole time. And it's hard if you're talking to everybody and watching on social media stuff. It makes me like, I want to crawl out of my skin. So we got this. We're in it together. Yeah. Let us know how we can support you. But right now we are open. We're taking the proper precautions. We're excited. I don't know. I'm not excited, but I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, we're here to support you. So until next time,
we'll see you
later. Have an awesome St. Patty's Day and Twin Tuesday.
Bye.